Okay. So yesterday and day before yesterday, we discussed about these things, the constructors, abstract classes, interfaces, right? Today, we are going to discuss about exception handling. Okay. And yesterday I sent the whatever we written in the session. So those programs I already sent to you. So that is a zip file. You need to unzip. After that, you can find three folders. One folder is for constructor. Oh, another folder is for abstract classes. The another one is interfaces. Okay. Yeah, someone is confused about that. What kind of file it is? That's why I'm mentioning that one. Okay. Yeah, exception handling. Exception is nothing but abnormal condition or else an error. Okay. So exception is an abnormal condition that occurs while program is running or else while writing the program, which leads to terminate the program. Okay. So whenever we are writing the program, if there is any error, okay, if there is any error, either it is compile time or run time, if there is any error, okay, so because of that, the program will terminate and the next line of items will not execute. Okay, that is called exception. Compile time and run time, in the sense, compile time in the sense while writing the program. Okay, you are not going to execute while writing the program itself. It will give you some errors. Okay, so those are compile time errors. So runtime errors while running the program. So like once the code is completed, you completed your logic and everything. Whenever you are executing the program, so then compile time it will not show you any errors. Like while writing the program, it will not show you any errors. While running the program, you are going to get few errors. Okay, those are runtime errors. While running the program, we are going to get few errors. Those are runtime errors. Okay, so compile time errors or runtime errors. We have two kind of errors. Okay, so because of these errors, we are not able to execute next line of items. Okay, that is what we are having exception. Okay, so how to handle this exception? We are going to discuss about that one. Let me open the Eclipse. We have these two, right? Basically, two types of exceptions. Okay, compile time and runtime. Okay, we can call these things as checked and unchecked errors or else checked and unchecked exceptions. Okay, the compile time we will call it as two types. This is checked or compile time exception. The second one is unchecked or runtime. Okay, I'm going to show you what are the checked, what are the unchecked exceptions, how we are going to handle those things. Okay, let me close these things. I'm going to create one package again. Exceptions. Okay, example or something. So let me create one class. Okay, check the example. I'm taking main here itself. Okay, so here compile time errors, in the sense while writing the program. Okay, while writing the program itself, we are going to get few errors. Those errors we are calling the like those errors we are calling checked exceptions. In the checked exceptions also we have multiple, like syntax errors. Okay, so while writing the program, if you miss semicolon at the end of system.println, okay, so it is a syntax error. We must need to follow the syntax. Okay, and we have the semantic errors. Okay, and file exception errors. So like this, we have multiple errors. So these things, while writing the program itself, file exception, like this, we have multiple things. These things, while writing the program itself, it will give you the error. Okay, the system can handle these things. Okay, so whenever we forget to write the semicolon at the end, like whenever we forget to mention the close braces, automatically the system will give you the syntax error. Insert one more braces to complete the class body. The system can identify immediately this is a syntax error. Syntax in the sense the flow, like for loop, we have these three conditions. We need to close the braces, put the semicolons in between three conditions. After that, we need to close the body. So this is syntax. Okay, these things the system can handle. Okay, so even if you are writing system dot out dot something, okay, so here if you forget to mention semicolon, it will give you errors. Okay, here also you can see if you forget to mention m, so it is giving you errors. Okay, so these things are syntax errors. The syntax wise, if you miss something, it we will call it as syntax errors. We can put the semicolon. This is syntax error. Okay, the system can handle. We can put the semicolon. We can close it. Like we can rectify our errors. Okay, so one more thing, we have semantic. Okay, like this we have multiple errors. Okay, syntax, semantic, file exception. These things the system will give you the errors. Like semantic error in the sense, if you are using different variables, okay, you are going to assign the different data. So we will call it as semantic. Like if you are taking static int a, okay, this is integer type. But if you are trying to assign some string, so it will give you error. Okay, so here I'm going to enter Java. Okay, if it is a string variable, we are able to do this one, but it is an integer variable. The type conversion is not possible. Here you can see type mismatch cannot convert the string to integer. Okay, these things the system can handle. This is semantic error. Okay, this is semantic error. The system can, this is compile time. Compile time in the sense while writing the program itself, it will give you some errors. These things we will call it as compile time. Okay, so whenever we are running, so whenever we are trying to run this one, okay, here we don't have any errors. Whenever we are running, we are going to get errors. Those we will call it as runtime errors. Okay, so type conversion is not possible. Either you want to change this to string, it will give you change type A to string. So once you click on this one, the data type will change automatically. Okay, so you can see string. Now the problem is solved. Okay, so like this is syntax and semantic. Even if you want to try to create a file, okay, we have one more class, same like scanner, these things, we have one more class file. By using this, we are going to create the files in the particular location. Either if you want to create in a C drive or D drive, any folder, we can create the files. Okay, so this is one class. I'm going to create the object new. Okay, so here I'm going to take one location. Okay, file any location. Let me take D drive. Okay, so some file name ab.txt. Okay, so I'm going to create ab.txt in this particular location. We already created this one, right? So we can use f dot create new file. Okay, so here it is taking by default importing file related functionalities. Here you can see it is giving an error, unhandled exception type IO. So here what will happen in this particular D location, maybe we don't have the space for this ab.txt file. the memory issue. Okay, or else the same name, we already have the file, like in the D drive, maybe the same name, ab.txt is already there. So you are not able to create the new one. If it is already there, you are not able to create the new one, right? Because of that, it is giving an error, unhandled exception. If you want to handle, okay, you can use the surround with try catch, or else add throw declaration. So automatically it will add throw declaration to the main. Here you can see in the main throws IO exception. In the IO exception class, we have so many functionalities. So the system will handle those things. Okay, it will check either if it is there, automatically the file is existing, or there's something like that, it will give you the output. Okay, if it is there, or else something like hardly it will replace the new file over there. Okay, the system can handle input output exception. Okay, so these things the system can handle. So this is file exception. Okay, so syntax errors, semantic errors, file exceptions, these things are compile time errors the system can handle. Okay, so it will give you the error messages. Based on that, whatever you want to do, you can do it. Is it clear? Any queries on this one?
So
Gopal,
these
can you?
errors will be automatically handled if we
Yes,
write this.
automatically handled in the sense it will give you the error message, right? Like here we don't have the semicolon. Immediately we are able to see this one. So we can rectify here itself. Okay, and here also if it is integer, okay, it is giving an error. So once you mouse over on it, it is telling you that cannot convert from string to integer. Okay,
So
if you click this one.
why we are writing throws IO exception?
So this is for file exception. So file
File exception.
exception, yeah, file exception in the sense I'm trying to, I created one object. Okay, I'm passing this path. Okay, I'm creating a new file. Create new file. When I'm creating the new file at this particular location, D location, ab.txt is the new file. Maybe in this particular D drive, we don't have the memory. Maybe the memory issue is there, or else the same file we already have. So then we are not able to create, right? If you have any files, okay, if you are trying to create again here, okay, it will give you the file is already existing. If you want to create new one or else something like that, it will give you, right? So here, if I am trying to create one more Excel sheet with the same name, it will not take, right? Maybe it will give you one in the braces, or else it will give you an error like already there with the same name, something like that, right? So that means while creating the things in the particular folder, while creating the file, the memory issue will be there. So enough memory is not available, or else the same file is existing over there. So these things, the IO exception can handle. If you are not having this one, it will give you an error. Either it will ask you to add throw declaration, or else surrounded with try catch. Okay, try catch in the sense first it will try to create the file. If there is any file with this name, it will throw you an error. We need to catch that error. Based on that error, we are going to change the name, or else if the memory issue is there, we are going to provide the memory. The location we can change. Okay, so if you are using surrounded with try catch, automatically it will add you try here. You can see first it will try. If there is any errors, something like the memory is not enough to create the D drive in the D drive. Okay, so it will throw an error. It will print that error here. You can see e dot print stack trace. That means it is printing one error. Whatever the error, maybe the file, the same file will be there, or else the memory is not available. These kind of errors. Okay, in this way also we can do, or else directly we can use the throw declaration. Automatically, this IO exception class will handle these kind of errors. Clear?
Gopal,
Yeah, please.
Gopal, I have a question. If you don't have try catch, if you have try catch throws, IO exception is not necessary.
Not necessary. Either this one or that one.
Oh,
Because
okay.
IO
What
exception
is
class
that
not required
print
because
stack?
it is trying first. Sorry. Go ahead.
What is that print stack something?
So this is one method in the this class, add throws, like a try catch.
Okay.
Here also it is IO exception only. So you can see first it is trying to create a new file. If there is any error in the sense maybe memory or else maybe the file is already there, then it will catch that error in the IO exception function. So I'm going to print that error here. Okay, so based on this error, if you want to implement your own logic, like if the error is the memory issue, okay, so you can write the condition again. If e dot pre-stack is there, right? We have so many functions, get message, okay. So, so print, we are printing that one. So here, if you want to get the stack trace, you can take it and you can compare it. So if it is memory related, you can change the location. You can change this location, or else if it is the naming convention, like if the AB is already there, you can change the name. Okay, so let me try catch. Anyway, we are going to use the runtime errors. There I will tell you. So you can add either surrounded with try catch or add through declaration. Okay, try catch I will explain in the next next program. So is it clear? Like these syntax, semantic, and file exceptions, these are compile time errors. Compile time in the sense while writing the program itself, it will give you some instructions. Based on those, if you want to modify your logic, you can modify the logic. Okay, so the forget about the semicolon or else some string or else sometimes a mistake we are going to use the small s. So it will give you error. These are syntax errors. Okay, so these are syntax errors. So whenever the type conversion, integer to string or string to integer, or else double to integer, integer to double is fine, double to integer. So those things are semantic errors. This file creation, these kind of things are file exceptions. We have multiple things. Okay, I will give you the complete notes or else a complete document for this one. Okay, so these are compile time errors. We can see and the system will throw you error, immediately you can rectify. Okay, so if it is clear, then we can go with the unchecked errors, like the runtime errors. Is it clear? Any queries on this one? No, right? Okay, let me go to the unchecked. Okay, so here, yeah, someone is asking something. Okay, okay, so here we have few other things. Okay, so let me take the examples. One second. Yeah, so here we have null pointer exception. These also just an example I am saying. So multiple things are there. Arithmetic exception. Okay, so array index out of bound. Index out of bound. Okay, so we have like this, we have multiple. Okay, so these things are while writing the program, you are not able to see the errors, but while running the program, you are going to see the errors. Okay, let me take one more example. Okay, so the class, this is unchecked errors. uncheck. Example. One second, let me take the main here also. Okay, so here I'm going to take two variables, static int a, or else string name. Okay, this is one variable, and I'm going to take one array. Okay, static int a. Okay, I'm going to assign some like the number of length of the array. Okay, I'm going to take static. Here also you can take static int b. So I'm taking three variables. Okay, so one is name is string type. The second one is int array. The third one is int. Okay, if I'm writing the program here, okay, system dot
Hi, Gopal.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, sorry, I just joined just now. Could you tell me what the topic we are discussing now?
Exception handling.
Okay, fine, thanks.
Okay, execution started. Okay, so here I'm going to concatenate something like name equal to, one second, name equal to, I want to concatenate something, name dot concat. This is a string, right? I want to concat something Java. Okay, so here, and after that, if I want to add some value like a of 2 equal to 35. Okay, and at the same time something like, one second, I am taking one more value. Okay, c equal to b divided by 0. Okay, so these are my three statements while running the program. Okay, so let me hide these two things. Okay, so this statement, we are not getting any error here. Okay, so if I run this one, are we going to get any error or not? So here we don't have any syntax errors. We have one variable name, string is one variable name. I'm going to concatenate Java to this name. Okay, so there is no syntax errors. There is no semantic errors. Okay, because name is a string and we are going to concatenate one string to the existing name. So is there any error while running the program? Just guess. Are
No error.
we are able to execute? No errors, right?
No error.
Any other one? Any case?
Name is not initialized, so I think there'll be some junk values in that.
Yeah, so here you can see, yeah, true. So execution started. The system output is given execution started. After that, null pointer exception. Sorry, null pointer exception in the sense, by default, it is having null value. Okay, we are not assigning any value. So, but we are trying to concatenate Java here. Okay, you must need to have one value. After that only you are able to concatenate. Two strings we can concatenate. Okay, so blank value to any other string we are not able to do the concatenation. Okay, concatenation in the sense merging of two strings, right? So here we don't have any string. So this is a variable. So we have blank value in it. So that's why it is giving null pointer exception. Null pointer exception in the sense we have null values in it, so we are not able to concatenate Java to the null value. Is it clear? So now in this set of statements, you can see even if I am removing these two, sorry guys, 1 second. Yeah, even if I'm removing this one and I'm trying to print the C value, 1 second. System dot out dot print ln of C. Okay, so if I'm these comments also we need to execute. If I'm running this one, okay, what it will happen? It is only the execution started is executed. After that, there is an error, null point exception. So here, the remaining steps we are not going to execute. Like the remaining steps, the program is terminated because whenever we got the exception or error, it will not proceed further. The program will terminate here itself. Okay, so sometimes if you have error, it must need to give an error message. After that, if you want to execute the next steps, we can execute. Okay, so in that case, we are going to use the try catch. Like here, first I want to try this one. If there is any error, it will throw one error message. If you want to catch that one, you can catch. Based on that, you can proceed for the next execution, or else it will execute. Like you can see. So first, let me hide these things again. Okay, so let me run this. It will give you the error. So first we are going to try this one. Try. So it is in try block now. Okay, so whenever we close, automatically it will give you to take the catch, because the syntax of try catch is in this way. Okay, so while after completion of your condition, you must need to give the semicolon, right? The same way here also, after try, you must need to use the catch. Okay, so here you are going to use the catch and you are going to print the exception. What is the exception? Here catch. Okay, you can pass the argument exception E. Sorry. Okay, so here again the body for the catch. Okay, first it will try. So if there is no error, it will give you, it will execute this line, or else it will come to this one and it will execute this one. Like you can see here, let me check one thing. Yeah, try first. Okay, so here we are concatenating. So if it is executing, you want to print one system statement. System dot out dot print ln. Okay, so here I'm going to print one statement like value not able to. Okay, so yeah. Concatenation not possible. Okay, so it will not come to this line. Okay, once it is there, automatically it will give you an error. Okay, yeah, so here, so once it is trying, so it will give you an error, right? Immediately we are catching the error message. If you want to take that error message, you can print the error message here. Again, the same will come here. Print ln. 1 second. E dot get message. We have the get message option, so it will give you the message. Okay, let me run this one. So here you can see we are not going to get any errors, like errors in the sense there is no red line item. So it is executed, execution started. Okay, it is giving an error. First it will try. So it is giving an error, the null pointer exception. So we are catching that exception and we are printing that message, whatever the message over there. Okay, if you have any line items after this, it will execute. Okay, cannot invoke. This is complete exception string. The message, whatever we are getting, from this exception, the message we are printing here. Okay, so here the null pointer is there. Okay, so here unchecked to the example name is null, something is there. Yeah, null is there. Okay, so that means it is a null pointer exception. Okay, if you want to take this one, if e dot get message, okay, contains, we have the string methods, right? Contains or equals to, okay, so contains null. Null is one string. Then you are going to execute two set of statements. Okay, so here name is system dot out dot println. We are passing one message to the user. So name is null. Name is null. Assign some value to the name. Okay, so like this it will give you. So now you can see, now if you run this one, so here it is giving an error. Means the message, whatever the message, what is happening here, first it is trying this one. There is an exception, null pointer exception, because we are not assigning any value here. Okay, so we are catching that exception and we are checking if get message is contains null, that means it is a null pointer exception. Okay, here you can see in the message we have the null at the end is null. Okay, so if it is contains, null is contains in this entire message. Okay, so we are going to give the instruction to the user. Okay, system that we are giving name is null, assign some value to the name. If you want to assign, you can take the scanner function here. You can assign the value first. After that, you can do the concatenation. Okay, so if you want to assign some value, so take the scanner and input or something else equal to new scanner. Okay, system dot in. Okay, scanner we need to import the scanner. Okay, so here name equal to input dot next, whatever we are going to give the string. Okay, after that we can do the concatenation. Okay, name equal to name plus program or name dot concat or whatever. Okay, the same way, name dot concat of anything. Okay, is it clear? Like here, whatever we are doing. So 1 second, program or else Java, whatever. Okay, the same thing. You want to concat same Java, you can take this one. Okay, so after that, if you want to print the name, you can print the name now. You can see the result. Out that println of name. Okay, so here, what is happening? First, it is a null pointer exception because we don't have the null value in it. So it is a null value. Okay, so here maybe someone may ask, directly doing these many things, you can directly assign some value here. It will not give you an error, right? So someone may get this kind of doubts as well, like why we are writing these many things instead of writing these things. You can assign some value here. So then this will not happen, right? Because in the real time, we are not assigning or we are not declaring the values. So like you are getting some value from other program. So here I am just doing name.concatenate Java. But if you are calling any other method, like I am trying to call some other method like test withdraw or else deposit. Okay, what is the output? We don't know exactly. Here we are declaring the variable. We are able to see, we can assign some value, these things. Okay, but when we are using the deposit, or else if you are using some other methods, maybe it will give you the null values. Okay, you are expecting a student number, or else you are expecting some student names for particular roll number. Okay, so maybe that student already, even if you take any employees, so like today I joined in one organization, maybe they given employee number 1. After 2 years or 3 years, I left the organization. Employee number 1 will be the same, like the employee already terminated or resigned. Okay, number will be there, but the employee details we are not able to, or else we don't want to maintain, or else we are not going to assign to any other employee. If I am searching with the employee number 1, so it will give you the null names. Okay, then that time we may expect these kind of null pointer exceptions. Just in a blind example. Okay, so here we are taking the variable, so we can thought we can initialize some value here. Okay, so we can execute the program. Okay, but in the real time we are going to call multiple methods. Okay, maybe that method will give you the null value. We don't know exactly what is the output from that method. Okay, then that time we must need to try first. So if there is any error, it will give you an exception. Okay, so based on that you can check the what is the exception. Based on that you can implement your logic. Okay, so if there is no exception, automatically it will execute this one and it will give you the output. It will not go to this one. Okay, so if you want to
Gopal,
check,
can
yes.
you explain these 3 statements? Scanner input equal to new scanner, name equal to
Yeah,
input
so
dot
here
name
what I am
input name.
doing is, yeah, so here it will give you exception, right? So it will give you exception. That means we are going to catch that one, and after that we are going to check either we have the null pointer. So null pointer in the sense the string is null. So that may after that I'm going to pass one message to the user. Name is null, assign some value. If you want to assign some value, either directly you can give name equal to something, or else if you want to give user input, you can take the user input. Instead of these steps, these 2 steps, if you want to assign directly name equal to something default value, you can assign. Or else if you want to ask user, you can take it from the user. Okay, so yeah, so here if you want to, let me cut it. If you want to assign by default name equal to some blank value. Okay, after that the concatenation is we can do that. So let me run this one. So here you can see name is null, assign some value, and after that we assigned some blank value. Okay, after that we are concatenating with Java and we are printing the name. So you can see only the Java is output. Okay, instead of assigning blank value, if you want to take user input, okay, so you can take the scanner user input, and now you can run the program. It will ask you to user to enter the value. So name is null. Okay, the message is there, so it is waiting for user input. Okay, so here if I mention core and enter, so you can see it is already have the name as core, and after that name dot concatenate core concatenate to Java. So we are printing the name core Java. Okay, so initially if there is no like there is no null pointer exception, directly it will execute. Like let me show you this one as well. System dot out dot println concatenation done. Okay, so here if I am going to give, if I am going to assign some value, so okay, so here there is no null pointer exception because we already have one value and we are concatenating, and it will print concatenation is done, and after that it will not come to the catch because we don't have any errors. If we don't have any exceptions here, if there is any exception, then only it will catch that one based on the logic we implemented here. If it is null, so we are going to do this one. If it is having some other message, we need to have one more logic below this one. So here, what is happening? There is no error. So it will not come to the catch. You can see now, if I run this one, already here, already added some blank value, or else yeah, any message, or else any hello. Okay. So automatically we have some value. So it will concatenate Java to that one. And if concatenation is done, it will not come to this one. You are not able to print these line items. If you want to run this one, you can check. See, execution started, concatenation done, because it is concatenated. If you want to print the value, so you can use the print here. If you want to print, you can print name. Okay, concatenation done. The name is hello Java. You can see hello Java. Okay, so it will not come to this exception block. Okay, whenever we have the exception, when we are trying, if there is any exception in this statement, okay, so it will catch that exception in the catch block. Based on that, we are going to implement our own logic. Based on that, we can implement the logic. Okay, if there is no exception, it will not come to the catch block. Is it clear? Any doubts? If you remove this, okay, if you remove this, it will not execute, just it will check this one. Okay, so it is giving an error, it will come to catch block. Then it will execute this one. You can see now. Run. Here you can see execution started, but after that, it is giving an error. Okay, we are not able to execute this concatenation done, because whenever you got the exception, immediately it will go to the catch block. Same like if else. If there is any condition satisfied, it will execute the if statement. If it is not satisfied, it will go to the else block, right? The same way, if there is any error at particular line item, immediately the cursor will go from this line to direct to the catch block. It will not execute next line items. Okay, so in the catch block, we are getting that message. So it is printing the message here. After that, by using that message, we are checking it is null or not. Okay, if we have null, so we are going to execute these line items. It is asking for your input. Is it clear? Any queries? So same way here we have the null. So this is null pointer exception. Okay, so if this is solved, right? If I am removing this, are we going to get any error, or else are we able to execute? We have 2 equal to 35. Are we going to get any errors? So first, please tell me. So is it clear? What is try? What is catch? Is it clear?
Yes, Gopal.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So if you have any doubts, you can try these things again and again. You can ask me in the tomorrow class. Okay. So this is fine. Okay. I enabled this one also. I am going to execute this one. Are we going to get any error message, or else are we going to execute the program successfully?
We'll get the error.
What would be the error?
Array out of bound exceptions, maybe.
Why?
Since the length of the array is 2 and we are accessing the third position of the element from the array.
Yeah, true. So here we given 2. That means the index will start from 0 and 2. We are going to provide 2 values, but here 0, 1, 2. That means third location we are going to assign value. So it will give you an error. Array index out of bound. You can see there is an exception. Array index out of bound. Okay. So while writing the program, there is no error. Even while watching the program, also you can see here also we are giving 2. So here also we are giving 2. So by mistake, our as per our perception, so it is true, but the index will start from 0. So we are giving two values, that means two positions. Here 2 in the sense it is third position, 0 is the first position, 1 is the second position, that's it. The 2 will go to the third position, but we are passing only two values here, that's why it is giving array index out of bound. So here also, if you want to try this one, you can try. After this, if you want to increase the length of the string or else length of the array, you can do that. Okay, you can print the message and you can do that. Okay, if you resolve it, if you are using try catch, it is also executed. Okay, so here if I am executing this one, I think you are able to guess this one. Anything divided by 0 is not possible. Okay, so any value, even in the normal calculations also, any value divided by 0, it will give you infinity. Okay, so arithmetic exception, if you run this one, it will give you an error. You can see arithmetic exception. These are unchecked examples. Okay, even you can see unchecked exception. Here you can see arithmetic exception divided by 0 is the error. Divided by 0 is will give you the infinity values. Okay, so we are not able to do. So if these kind of things are there, you need to do the try first. If there is any value giving 0 as output, like here we are directly giving the 0. Somewhere you are calling two methods, like sum of something, or after that multiplication of something. These two are methods we have in another class. Okay, so sum of two numbers, it is giving 2 plus 3 is there. Okay, it is giving 5, or else 2 plus 0 is there, it is giving 2. And multiplication, 2 multiplies 0, it will give you 0. Okay, so there you are going to get. So what are the input, what are the output, we don't know. Here if you give directly 0, we know the we are providing 0, but if you are calling any method, the output of the method we didn't expect. Maybe it can be 100 or 200 or 500 or 0 or else something else also. Okay, so in this case we need to try first. Okay, so once you try, if there is any error, divided by 0 is there. If you contain error message having the by 0, this is error message by 0. If you have this kind of messages, immediately you can write, instead of division of 0, you can assign some value equal to 1. Equal to 1 in the sense it will give you the same value, right? Anything divided by 1, it will give you the same value. Okay, so like this, if there is any array index out of bound or else arithmetic exceptions, you need to try first. Okay, if there is any errors, you can assign your logic, same like this one. Is it clear? This is unchecked errors, the runtime
Gopal,
errors. Yes, please, ma'am.
Gopal, just to clarify, if we don't use try catch, so
Mm-hmm.
and we have error on some statement, then it will
Mm-hmm.
show the error. I mean, show the error, and it will not go to the next statement, right?
Yes,
But
yes, yes, correct.
if we use this try catch, then
Mm-hmm.
at least it will go. I mean, it will show the error message that we have written in the catch, and it will go to the next statement, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yes, correct. So if let me hide these two. Okay, so here let me give system dot out dot println. Okay, so here I'm going to give something like execution ended. Okay, so if you don't have try catch, okay, so it is difficult to remove these statements. Okay, so let me do one thing. I'm going to write the statement here. Okay, so now you can see if you are running this one, so the execution started, but execution ended is not there. Like this is not executed because we got the error here. The program terminated here itself. We are not able to execute this line item. Okay, so if you want to execute or else if you want to proceed further, you can try this one. Try, use the braces. So we are trying. Okay, so catch the message, catch exception E, E. So you can implement the body. So based on your requirement. Okay, so there is no message, there is no body. Still, if you are running this one, the execution ended will come because we are trying. Okay, we are getting the error. So we are catching here, but we are not printing. If you want to print, you can print. There is no logic implemented in this body. Okay, if you execute this one now, you can see execution ended. Clear? So we got the error. The catch block already catch that error. Okay, if you want to print that one, again you can use this one, e dot message or something else here in the statement. Okay, so the program will not terminate here. It will execute the next line items as well whenever we are using the try catch. So now you can see index 2 out of bound. So index 2 here we are giving 2, right? Index 2 out of bound for the length 2. This is the error message. So whenever you contain out of bounds, you can increase the array length. You can implement your logic here in the catch block. Is it clear? Any doubts? Guys, any queries?
Yeah, it's clear. But we need practice actually.
Yeah, you
By
need to
looking
do
at
the
it, it's
practice.
looking very easy, but we need to practice actually.
Yeah, please do that. If you have any queries, you can ask tomorrow class as well. No problem. Okay, I will send you these two. Checked and unchecked anyway. Okay, the file creation is there, right? Okay, so this is not that much important because the system will give you the errors based on your requirement. Either you can add the IO exception or else try catch, or syntax errors, you can do the semicolon. Semantic errors, you can change the data types. Okay, so the unchecked is important because while writing the program, we are not getting any errors. While executing the program, you may get the errors. Okay, so I will send you this program. You can do the analysis. If you want to change here and there, you can do that. And if you have any questions on this, you can ask in tomorrow class. Okay,
Gopal,
clear? Yeah, please, ma'am.
you sent a RAR file. I do not know how to open the file.
Which one?
A file with the extension RAR.
Zip for the
A
RAR
RAR
file.
file. Yeah, that is unzip. You need to do the unzip. Let me show you. 1 second. So this is the file, right? So right click.
Yes.
Maybe if you don't have the RAR, you need to install the RAR. Okay, let me do one thing. Okay, I will do one thing. So today I am going to send you the zip file.